Today we have the 2025 Almost Any Boat World Championship. The only world championship that lets the sailors pick their favorite boat, anything from a footy to an EC-12. Sail Wars has gotten the best 10 sailors in the world together as they all want to win this championship. Let's meet our sailors. Representing the United States, we have Bart in the Intrusion.
Hi, my name is Bart, and this is the Intrusion. It's the fastest U.S. 1 meter in the world in moderate wind. And today, we are going to claim the World Championship. This boat right here, the Intrusion, is an awesome boat. So the rest of these guys out here better watch out and get out of my way.
From Croatia, we have John Hufek.
Hi, I'm John. I'm sailing boat 468. She's a Victoria, and I'm going to be victorious today.
From Germany, we have Kyle Russell.
I'm Kyle. My boat is number 93, a Peb Junior, and I am going to look to try to race some of these modern boats that are under 36 inches with a vintage model.
Representing Italy, we have Mari Spina.
Hi, I'm Mari Spina, and this is like a rare opportunity. I get to sail a boat made by Vienna Vintage Sailboats. That was my friend Mark Smith. He used to be our Commodore, and I'm so just enamored by this boat. He painted it Virginia Tech colors, I think, or UVA colors. And my daughter went there, so I'm proud. But anyway, it's an IOM, so it's an international 1 meter. It's all hand built, and I just love it. It's got such cool lines, and it's so done so well on the inside. And this was his racing number, and it's all registered with the International Committee, so it's official. And I get to race it on the Any Boat race, and this is the only time I get to race it. So glad I was out here. Walter helped me set it up a little bit, and I'm ready to beat everybody.
Back again from Greece, we have the defending world champion, Walter House.
My name is Walter. I'm sailing an IOM, hull number 66, and I'm defending last year current champion.
From Vatican City, we have Mike Kavanaugh.
Hi, I'm Mike Kavanaugh. I'm from Meadow Haven Model Yacht Club, and today I'm going to be sailing my skipjack. It was one of my first builds. It's a scratch build, and I'm really looking. It's been years since I've sailed the boat, and so I really am looking forward to sailing it today. And it looks like we have a beautiful day. Beautiful day.
From England, we have Rob Dutton.
Okay, Rob Dutton, sailing for England. I'm sailing a what's called a Pep Junior. It's modeled after a Chesapeake Bay crab skiff. I'm number 53. 53 has been my number since the very beginning. It was Don Drysdale, pitcher for the Dodgers. He's my hero when I was playing Little League. So he's my guiding spirit. But I don't know if I'll be the fastest boat, but I'll have fun.
Representing Ireland, we have Danny Thomas.
My name's Danny. Be sailing a very ancient Odom right here, 05, and we came out last year and limped around for a third. So don't get a chance to sail much these days, so I figured come out and support the event and look for a good time.
Racing for the Netherlands, we have Alan Cruisinger.
Hi, I'm Alan. I'm sailing a Sea Wind number 78, and this It's a 1 meter boat. I'm going to compete with Danny Thomas maybe in his Odom. We'll be in the middle of the fleet probably. Sometimes we do better. I've finished a race second place one of these things. That's it.
From Norway, we have the 2023 World Champion, Jarl Wathney.
Hey, I'm Jarl, and I'm back for the Almost Any Boat Challenge. That's my boat, 188. It's an East Coast 12 meter, or an EC12. I won the first year, which was a couple years ago. The boat's 24 years old, and I'm hoping to bring it back again, have the trophy at the end to beat Bart and Danny Thomas, and also to beat Walter. He's last year's champion.
Okay, let's look at the current odds for this race number 5. Walter House is currently the favorite at 3-1. Jarl is 4-1. Danny is 5-1. Bart is 6-1. As Mari is 7-1. Ellen is 9-1. John is 15-1. Mike is 20-1. Rob is 25-1. And Kyle is also 25-1. If I had to put my money on any of these racers, I would say Bart should be much higher on there, much lower odds, so I would place my money on him. Of course, however you're placing your money, you have to do it responsibly. So, this is race 5 of 10, a medium race. Let's go racing. As the competitors get ready before the race, they're going back and forth, planning their strategy to get a good launch on here. So far, the favorite in the Almost Any Boat World Championship has been Walter House, as he's been doing really well. But Danny Thomas and Bart and Jarl Wathney, and don't forget Mari Spina, are all having their say, and they want to take this away. So this will be the halfway point race today. So who do you think is going to win the Almost Any Boat Challenge? The whole thing from here on out, put it in the comments. And also, we're curious, who do you root for in these races? We're wondering who the crowd favorites are. As here goes that countdown. And look at that, Walter is over early. But the officials do not call it, so he gets away with one right there. His boat was well over that line, and nothing is said by the officials. And as we can see, that 66 black boat of Walter House is in first place, trailed by number 777 Bart, who's in second place. And he takes a totally inside route. I would have thought he would attack back out, following Walter to get in front of the rest of the fleet. And way out there, we see Jarl Wathney in that big EC12, and Danny Thomas is in front of him as they head up to that first mark. Remember, they're racing 2 laps here. They race up to that mark. You see that yellow mark on the right hand side? That's the first mark, before coming all the way down to the mark that was on the far left, before traveling downwind to a gate. A gate is where you go inside and out and around either side. You pick the side before traveling back up towards the finish line. And they are racing 2 laps, remember, as we see Walter House makes his way around mark number 1 first, followed by, looks like Bart's up there. He's on starboard tack, as we see Danny on port tack making his way around in 3rd place. Jarl Wathney was in 4th place. As we come down, look at that. Walter House gets in front of, who is that, Kyle, and fouls him, but no foul is called. You see that Walter was on port definitely, and Kyle was on starboard and totally had to alter his course. But I'm wondering if Kyle did call that and it was just never acknowledged, as we see Walter and Bart traveling down to the gate. This is a close one, sports fans.
I know. Oh, wow, look at this. We have Danny Thomas has got a great puff. Look at his sails are totally full. And the puff catches up and Bart starts to take off now as we got a close race for second, and the puff has now reached Walter House in first. All three of those boats seem to be about the same speed top end. Nobody was gaining or losing ground in that first set of three. As we see right there, that was Jarl Watney in that big EC12 going downwind. Some of the smaller boats. And John's doing well with his Victoria, which is a big surprise. That's kind of a small boat right there, that 468. That boat's been doing really well today for being under 1 meter. And there's Alan Cruisinger in his number 78, the Seawind. He's trying to catch up. As we see Walter House being trailed by Bart in his Intrusion, the one with the green sails. He flounders a little bit there. He needs to get back. He goes on to port tack as Danny Thomas overtakes him and takes over second place. Now we don't know the angle to that mark. Bart may actually be in first place. We would have to see that actual angle. As we are notified, there is 1 lap left to go in this race, meaning the leaders have completed 1 race. And we see that beautiful picture of that beautiful pond there in Frederick, Maryland, home of the World Championship. And currently in first place is Walter House still. As we see that Pep Jr. of Kyle Russell coming downwind. He hasn't even completed 1 lap yet. And there we see Walter House going up to that mark. And I think that was Mike Cavanaugh in his big boat down there coming up. Now Mike Cavanaugh, he's in that big white skipjack. And a skipjack needs a lot of wind normally, and they don't steer the best. So just finishing a race may be an achievement at times. Never sailed the skipjack personally, but I've seen other people do it. Beautiful boat though. As we see Jarl Watney out there in that EC12, he's a world champion in the EC12 class. And there we see Mari Spina is catching up to Bart as they are still heading up to that mark. And we see Danny Thomas is in first place as he made his way around that mark before Walter House. As we see Bart is now coming up there. He made a little bit of room between him and Mari Spina going up to that mark as he's about to tack around mark number 1 for the second time. Jarl Watney right there. Look at this. John is right there with that little Victoria. He's actually doing really well. Is he going to pass the big EC12? Now, Sail Wars fans, have you ever, or would you ever believe that a Victoria could beat an EC12? Well, you might get to see that here today. And that's not to say Jarl Watney isn't an excellent sailor. Like I said, I think he's a 2-time world champion in EC12s, but that just shows how well John is sailing today. As we watch that Odom, and Odom, remember, is really US 1 meter that won 1 year, and they decided to make a 1 design out of it. And Danny Thomas is in first, but here comes Walter House powering. He's only about 1.5 boat lengths behind as Danny then accelerates as they are half of the second lap is done, completed. All they have to do is go down to the gate, back around, and then back up to the finish line. And we have a close one, sports fans, up here in the front. Look at that. It's anyone's race. Where's our third place boat? As we see Kyle's Pep Jr. right there. And there's Mike Cavanaugh's skipjack coming down. Remember, they're still down a lap. And there's our third place boat. That's Bart in 777, the US 1 meter coming down. But the wind's not being kind to him. if you watched, the first and second place boat were moving quite nicely, and I just checked their sails. They were in the same position that Bart's are in right now, but they just got that puff, and that's sometimes how sailing is. Just one person's in the puff goes away, and the next guy doesn't get it. So as they come up to the finish line with just about 45 feet to go, you can see Danny Thomas is in first. Walter House is in second in 66. He's going to have to tack back over as here's the finish line, those two white marks right there. And they're going to have to avoid Mike Kavanaugh on that big skipjack. Danny Thomas is in first place. 25 feet left to go. There's that skipjack. Looks like they've all avoided each other. And look at this. Now Danny Thomas throws it over. There's our third place boat, Bart. Danny Thomas is heading to the line. He's got when the confetti's coming down. And number 05, Danny Thomas wins race number 5. Congratulations, Danny. And look at this, our second place boat has fallen off, so he totally lost the wind right here at the finish line. Look at that, he's way back. Danny was in the proper position, had the right tack going for the right wind, and totally leaves Walter behind. But Walter, for sure, I would guess, is going to win second place, as Bart was even farther behind him. Again, it can depend on the gust that everybody gets. As he goes over to port tack in number 66, Walter House takes second place. And that's a great finish since, Walter's done well. Walter actually won 3 out of the first 5 races, and now he takes a second. And in another race, he took a third. So he's doing real well today and is currently in first place in the standings. As we wait on third place boat, and I would guess that's going to be Bart right here in the US 1 meter coming down the line. Number 777 comes down the line, and yes, Bart takes third place. So now as we wait on the fourth place boat, it looks like right there it's a battle between Jarl Watney and Mari Spina and her IOM, who can accelerate to the finish line. Looks like Jarl Watney got on the wind with just 4 feet left to go. He comes to the line. Mari's not even in the picture as number 188, Jarl Watney, takes 4th place. And here comes Mari Spina. She's got to hold off a couple of the boats as we see John number 468 coming strong. Can he catch her? I doubt it, as she's got 5 feet, 4 feet, 3 feet, 2 feet, 1 foot, and number 81, Mari Spina, takes 5th place. And this is incredible to see a Victoria this far up, and as he comes to the finish, can he beat Alan to the line? And yes, number 468, John Hufleck, takes 6th place, beating Alan Cruisinger, who takes 7th place in his 1 meter. So pretty incredible out here today. Some of the boats are overachieving. We saw the Seawind get beat by a Victoria, which was pretty incredible. Great sailing, John. And look at this. Here comes Kyle, little 93 Pep Jr. coming in line. Can he get across that line? He's only got 2 feet left to go. He goes ahead and tacks back over to starboard tack as number 93, Kyle Russell, takes 8th place. Now remember, only the best 10 in the world are out here today. 10 racers were allowed this year. There's that big skipjack. I like it that in this race, many different
boat classes are represented. And like we've always said, the sailors get to pick their own boat, whatever boat they want to use. So there's no excuses that I didn't get to use a certain boat or I'm better with another boat. No, in this race, they pick the boat they feel they can do the best with. And of course, some just want to have fun, and that's okay too. Or they just want to show off a certain class, how well they can sail. And of course, when you're competing against some of these really fast boats, you know, these other boats, like watch this skipjack here. It has a hard time heading into the wind. It almost goes sideways trying to turn in there. But in heavier winds, that boat actually is really fast. It's just a little bit hard to steer. Now, if you're a skipjack sailor, I want you to leave in the comments if this is indicative of a skipjack. Because I know Mike Cavanaugh is a great sailor, but see, this boat almost goes at like 3/4 of an angle when it goes upwind. And that is a beautiful boat. The bigger boats are beautiful to see on the water, especially when they're a type of scale boat where they kind of look like the real thing. As he comes up to the finish line, you see he's kind of having to come in towards shore an awful bit before I'm sure he's going to go on the port tack, like right now, and head towards that line. And by the way, if you're watching this and you're not a subscriber, you're not doing the hobby any good, because the more subscribers and likes we get, the more it helps the hobby, because the algorithm here on YouTube will show it to potential new sailors to the hobby. So if you want to help the hobby, take the time to sign up for YouTube and, like I said, like it and subscribe. And here he comes to the line. He's slowly getting there. He's 9 feet from the line. Mike Cavanaugh coming up there. Oh, but look at this coming out into the scene. It's Rob Dutton, who's going to take 9th place. He sneaks right in there in front of number 08, Mike Cavanaugh, who ends up taking 10th place. Incredible. Well, congratulations to our top 3. First place, number 05, Danny Thomas in his Odom. Second place, number 66, Walter House in his IOM. And third place, number 777, Bart in his US 1
Please
meter.
subscribe and hit like for more videos. Sail Wars thanks you for liking, subscribing, and sharing with your friends and family. Attention all club webmasters, Sail Wars needs your support. Please make it easy for your club members by putting a link to our homepage on your club's website. Thank you from Sail Wars team. And we have a YouTube homepage. When you go there, you'll find playlist. You can click on this link and it shows you all the videos, over 300. And of course, you can subscribe from that YouTube homepage. And check out the best of Sail Wars. Sail Wars is supported by you and our volunteers. Thank you. We are all about increasing participation in our sport. Also, please join a great club like the Northern Maryland Model Yacht Club. And of course, do more than what is expected in that club. We love the AMYA. Did you know that Sail Wars is the most watched and respected RC selling information site? A big thank you to our supporters. And did you know we've made over 300 videos and have racers all around the world? Join us as we spread the word about RC selling. By subscribing, it's free.
There's a dot?